Late Night Retro.
In the pizza delivery game, the Noid can zap ordinary pizzas. But Domino's Pizza delivers more than all the others combined. So when you call Domino's Pizza, you get the best delivered pizza. The Noid just can't beat the best. Domino's Pizza. Nobody delivers better.
The Noid was an advertising character for Domino's Pizza created in the 1980s. He was clad in a red, skin-tight, rabbit-eared bodysuit with a black N inscribed in a white circle. The whole thing about a Noid had to do with people being annoyed that they couldn't get a pizza delivered hot and fresh in 30 minutes or less. So Domino's had this bright idea to turn the word annoyed into a Noid, and this is the character that they came up with. The whole concept behind the Noid is he wanted to avoid him. He was the dude that was shitting on your pizzas, crushing the boxes, and making them cold. Supposedly, the Domino's pizza brand was the best at avoiding the Noid and delivering those hot delicious pizzas in 30 minutes without having any of the aforementioned gripes. What a cool character he was, but, like all good things, the Noid had to come to an end. There's a much darker reason to his demise though. It wasn't that he necessarily lost his appeal, but instead it's a tale of mental insanity, hostages, and suicide. The downfall of the Noid began on January 30th, 1989. Kenneth Lamar Noid, a mentally ill customer who thought the ads were a personal attack on him, held two employees of an Atlantic Domino's restaurant hostage for over 5 hours. After forcing them to make him a pizza and making demands for $100,000, getaway transportation, and a copy of The Widow's Son, Noid surrendered to the police. After the incident ended, Police Chief Reed Miller offered a memorable assessment to reporters. He's paranoid. Noid was charged with kidnapping, aggravated assault, extortion, and possession of a firearm during a crime. He was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Noid spent 3 months in a mental institution and eventually committed suicide in 1995. This incident caused Domino's Pizza to discontinue advertising using the Noid as their mascot. Holy hell, that kinda took a dark turn. But that's the history behind the Noid. Who would have thought it all would have ended in tragedy and an icon like the Noid lost forever? But the Noid has one more adventure before his demise, and it's on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Yo Noid update. Wild creatures led by Mr. Green are assailing New York City. The mayor knows that only the Noid has the power to stop them. Using his super yo-yo and other inventions, he will try? What? The dude's just gonna try? I mean, you gotta do more than try. You gotta get out there and you gotta kick some ass. You're the Noid, man. You're the Noid. Well, let's see, that's the tale. Not as interesting as the tale I just told you guys, but that's it. You get 3 screens. And that's the story of Yo Noid. Well, let's have a further look at some of the gameplay. Not every game needs like an in-depth story to kick ass. So, I'm Late Night Retro, and let's look further at Yo Noid. One thing interesting about Yo Noid, like Super Mario Bros. 2, it's actually a game from Japan that in the US we reskinned and remarketed. Before making this review, I had no idea that another game existed like Yo Noid. It's actually called Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru. Well, I'll be playing that on Twitch TV. But for now, let's get to some Yo Noid action. Yo Noid for the Nintendo was released in 1990. It is a 2D action platformer by Capcom. I truly love Capcom, and I love the game Yo Noid. Knowing that there is a Japanese version of it out there, I will be playing that very soon on Twitch TV. Looking around YouTube and talking with people about Yo Noid, I got mixed reviews. Some people think it's total trash, while others think it may be a top 20 NES game. Me, I fall on the side of I love it. From what I gather, it's a love or hate kind of game, and for me, I might even say it's top 5 in my list. Yo Noid doesn't have a life bar. If you get hit once, you're dead, not to mention there are holes to fall down into and a time limit to contend with. It is punishing, but yet rewarding. With that being said, there is great satisfaction in completing levels and dodging what the game throws at you. It is masterfully designed in terms of its platforming and in its level variances. It doesn't grow stale, and the controls are smooth, and the art, it's nice. However, the one gripe I do have through all that action on your feet gameplay comes at the end of the level. On some levels, but not all, you fight a Noid, which acts as a boss. It's not a strategically thought out fight with some uber boss that emerges from the ground and you battle your heart and soul out. It's a simple children's card game, where you compete with another Noid to see who can eat the most pizzas. The card game is simply won by choosing a higher number listed on the card compared to your opponents. You have so many pizza slots to fill up, and you win. Same goes for your opponent. The card game offers multipliers to double or triple the value of cards and items that you can use to sabotage the other Noid and have the game swing more in your favor. You obtain the multipliers and items through the stages. Some lay in plain sight, while others require you to shoot your yo-yo to reveal them. Along with items and multipliers being hidden, there are warps that are also hidden in the game, which you can access by jumping on a certain space of the map. Now, it's not like going down a pipe in Mario to get to the next level. It introduces another game, not a card game like the boss fights, but it's a whack-a-mole game, which is the bane of my existence. The early warps you take, the mole games aren't as hard, but as you progress and take later warps, they require you to hit more enemies, and for me, that's always been a struggle. I think most people would say making it through the treacherous levels is the hardest part of the game. But for me, for some damn reason, it's the whack-a-mole games. By winning the warp stage, you get to go forward to the next level, and it gives you one continue for winning. If you lose by not hitting enough targets, you start back at the beginning of the stage, and you lose a life. If you're a fan of the Nintendo, a fan of platformers, remember the Noid from back in the day. This game I personally highly recommend. Starting out, it's going to be tough, and you may think this game is shit. But like many Nintendo games, just keep at it. One day, I look to hold the world record in this game. You ask, why Yo Noid? Wouldn't there be a more worthwhile game to try to get a world record on? My answer is I'd grow tired of other games. Maybe I am as sick in the head as the dude that caused the downfall of the Noid, Kenneth Lamar Noid, or maybe it's just a really good game. This has been Late Night Retro. Thank you for watching.
Retro.
Until next time. Oh, and hey, for all you Flappy Birds lovers, there's Flappy Noid. Oh, boy!